In the big city, murder is a fact of life.
All he heard was the shots and he came out and the guy was laying there.
Indianapolis is no different.
You seen the guy that got shot go like this, like that.
He's being shot from the front and the back.
But in Indy, killers get locked up.
Hey, good. What's up, man?
It has what many cities don't, an all-star homicide shift that works a steady stream of calls from 2 till 10, 7 days a week.
Right now, you're a man overboard in the sea, and we're throwing you a life preserver.
When these killer cops catch a murder case, it gets solved quickly.
Police officers, come to the door!
Indianapolis, 2:30 p.m. Homicide gets a call.
10-4, what's the condition?
Currently in cardiac arrest.
A young black male has been shot multiple times and is being rushed to the hospital.
10-4, I'll be en route.
It's gonna be a homicide.
Detective Leisha Moore, a seasoned veteran of Indianapolis homicide, will be the lead on the case.
The sergeant and I are on our way to the crime scene. We're going to the north side. It's considered to be a high crime area. In fact, I think that they called it Dodge City. So I'm bracing myself for the worst.
Before Detective Moore even gets to the crime scene,
10-4, I'm clear.
Clear, thanks.
she gets some bad news.
Our victim is 10-0, our dad. So we have ourselves a homicide. Learn anything yet?
The reporting officer is this guy over here.
The guy right there?
Yeah.
What do you have so far for me?
Body was laying about where that hose is in the grass up there. We got a couple small caliber 22 shell casings. And there's some more shell casings in the street here too.
The street is littered with shell casings, but it is unclear if they all came from the shooting that just took place.
The gentleman in the white shirt up there on the porch was holding his head when I got here. He was trying to keep the victim from swallowing his tongue.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Where was he when all this happened?
He said he was in the house, but he said he didn't see anything. All he heard was the shots, and he came out, and the guy was laying there. That's what he said.
Okay.
How many witnesses do we have?
The gentleman on the porch over there is going to be a witness.
Was he sitting there on his porch when he... So he saw everything.
That's what he said.
I'm Detective Moore with Homicide.
Just up here.
Moore hopes the neighbor who witnessed the murder can provide her first lead.
Where were you when this happened?
1041.
When I first heard arguing, I was on the couch watching the Karate Kid.
How many people were arguing?
There was about 3 or 4 of them arguing, but mainly between that guy that got shot and the guy in the red hat.
Do you know them at all?
No. I came up here and they started arguing worse. Everything just happened real fast after that. You could hear the shooting, pow, 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 like that. And you seen the guy that got shot go like this, like that, like this.
How many gunshots did you hear?
At least 5. And then you seen the guys take off running, cut through this yard right here. By the bridge.
Yeah, so he ran in this direction and then this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before he took off running, he stood over him and yelled something at him.
You didn't hear what he yelled?
No.
So the guy in the red hat, he was a black guy, right?
Yeah,
How old do you think he was?
early 20s.
Anything else you remember about him? Any facial hair?
No,
Did you see his hair?
No.
Although Billy saw the shooting, he says that he didn't get a good look at anyone involved.
I think he did, but I'm not swearing at that.
While Moore finishes up her statement, Breedlove talks to the victim's friend, Warren.
What's this guy's name that got shot? Your buddy?
Jarrell Bullock.
The victim is Jarrell Bullock, a 21-year-old who lived with his mother and aunt. He was attending classes at a local technical college.
And you were asleep here?
Yeah, I was just laying down on the couch.
Breedlove notices a suspicious bandage on Warren's hand.
How'd you cut your finger?
There's a beard bottle over there. You know what I mean? He was laying on it, and I'm doing what I see on TV, the CPR. I'm trying to keep him from swallowing his tongue, that's all.
Who all was in the house?
Everybody who lives here.
Well, who is it? Can you come on out?
Close the door, close the door. We don't want to talk to y'all. We don't want to talk to y'all.
You don't want to help us who did this?
We don't know. We knew we'd be telling y'all who did it. We don't know. That's what we saying.
The neighborhood rule is silence. The people inside won't let Breedlove inside the house and refuse to cooperate.
Hey, where'd Leisha go? She's in there? Hey, what's up? What's up?
Sergeant, talk to those guys sitting on the stoop.
Yeah. They're very uncooperative.
Okay.
They won't even give their names.
Well, you know they're going downtown. Everyone in that house is, okay?
We do this the hard way or the harder way?
Despite their reluctance, occupants of the house are taken downtown for questioning.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna head back and start my interviews. Woo! Get this air on. It is hot in here. I tell you what, I like to catch my people. I'm gonna be working hard on it.
Are you gonna drink that coffee I made especially for you?
Yes.
What do you want in it?
Cream and sugar. Thank you, sweetie.
Back at headquarters, Moore begins the difficult task of questioning people from the scene who may have witnessed something.
Do you know the victim, Jarrell Bullock?
Yes,
How do you know him?
we grew up together.
So you know him pretty well.
Yeah,
Okay. Did you know that Jarrell was there at the house?
yes.
Did you recall when he arrived?
Earlier the morning, because I was...
The woman says that the victim, Jarrell, and Warren came to the house at around 7 a.m. and asked if they could crash there for a while.
Okay. When they arrived at your house, was anyone else with them?
No.
What about outside? Hanging around outside on the front stoop?
No one else. No one at all.
Okay. You remember when Jarrell left?
She says that Jarrell left the house by himself at around 2:15 p.m.
And I heard him shut the door. A couple minutes after that, I heard gunshots. I ran downstairs after the shooting was over, and I see him laying in my yard.
Do you know if Jarrell had some kind of conflict with anyone?
No, I do not.
He came to the house.
Detective Moore asks about Jarrell's relationship with Warren, the friend who tried to save him.
But I know they've been hanging for a while.
Okay.
She says Jarrell and Warren were good friends, even though Warren was not from the neighborhood.
I'm gonna give you a card with my number on it, okay?
Detective Todd Lappin will be Moore's partner in the investigation. They decide Todd will question Warren, who was also brought back from the scene.
He knows what's going on.
I will see. All right, tell me what happened out there today.
I heard gunshots
Where were you when you heard gunshots?
in the house and looked out the window and seen him laying there shaking. And I went out there. I'm coming out there
Okay.
to try to save him. I tried CPR, trying to pump his chest, keep him from swallowing his tongue. I put the spoon in his mouth, put my finger in his mouth. I threw up out there, man. Shot me to death, man. Knew he was gonna die.
Did he talk about anyone after him or anyone didn't like him or anything that was going to go down?
That's what was me up, man. He a good dude, man. He go to college.
Warren says that Jarrell was more concerned with his studies than neighborhood drama and didn't have a beef with anyone.
Let me ask you this. Would you tell me if you know who did this?
Man, if I knew who did it, come on, man. That's my guy.
Yeah, but I know how people like to take care of things.
Man, I ain't taking care of I got enough problems. I'm cool. I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, but no one wants to snitch and no one wants to say anything.
I don't know nothing. I don't know.
That's my name and cell phone number, okay? Call me if you hear anything.
Well, Warren's not saying anything. And of course, the people at the house aren't giving anything up.
We're getting some background information and some preliminary information, but we really don't have an idea as far as what actually happened outside the house. I think there's some type of altercation that happens outside. Why, I don't know, but I think it's other people in the neighborhood. But it's early. I mean, we got, you know,
It's early. I ain't got
flyers to pass out, and we got officers that are going to go up there and do good stuff, and I think there's a lot of potential. Just got to see where it goes. You know, this type of case, we're not going to be able to solve it sitting here in the office. We're going to have to be out there on the street, and we'll eventually get someone that's got some information to come forward. I mean, you know, right now we're just trying to find a direction.
I have a bad feeling about this one. I have very little evidence and no cooperating witnesses. I'm thinking this is going to be a long investigation.
Coming up, detectives have little to go on in the murder investigation of college student Jarrell Bullock, but the autopsy reveals some shocking new details.
Wow.
Indianapolis detectives have no leads in the murder of 21-year-old college student Jarrell Bullock. Detective Moore heads to the autopsy, looking for her first big clue.
This guy had been at a friend's house. There was an argument with someone, and he was shot. There were several people present, but they all left. You know, yeah, voila, of course. So we don't have witnesses and not much evidence. So we are looking to you.
4 bullets in his belly. Look pretty small, so it's probably like 22.
And that's what we're thinking.
So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 8.
Jarrell was shot 8 times in his abdomen and lower extremities.
Well, that's consistent with someone being angry with him, huh?
Yeah.
Just unload it. Wonder what happened here. That looks like larger ones. What do they look like to you?
The leg wounds were a different caliber.
Wow.
Yeah.
The autopsy reveals a surprising twist. The victim was shot with 2 different guns.
Hence, 2 people shot him. Okay, thank you, doctor.
Welcome back in here.
Oh, yeah.
Keep me posted.
After the autopsy,
I'm just going over to talk to the mother for a few minutes.
Moore heads out with homicide intern Ashley Wilkinson to speak with the victim's family.
Hi, I'm Detective Moore. How are you? Are you a relative of Jarrell Bullock? You're his aunt?
Well, he was a good kid. He wanted every kid to have an education. He told them because they were born in the ghetto, they didn't have to
Stay there.
Get out and get an education and do something for your neighborhood.
Well, I hope that you guys find something that he would be proud of.
We got to do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope you find out, because he was a good kid.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jarrell seems to have been a pretty good kid. And it seems as if he would have been a positive influence on a lot of people from his neighborhood. But I guess we'll never know. Understanding the motive would help me understand why these guys murdered Jarrell. They obviously had to be angry with him to have shot him 8 times.
Next, Moore canvasses the neighborhood where the murder took place. She passes out flyers, searching for someone who may have been silent earlier to come forward.
Those guys over there, they might have seen something on Saturday. Hi, guys. Can I talk to you for a sec? Were you here on Saturday?
No, ma'am.
Did you know the victim? No. Hi. How are you doing? Did you see
I didn't see
anybody?
But the young man laying in the yard.
Okay. You know how people talk on the street. If you hear anything, give me a call. Did you happen to look out?
I heard just the shots.
All right.
They caught anybody?
No, I haven't. That's why I'm not here knocking on doors.
Homicide.
Later that day,
Who?
the canvassing pays off.
Okay.
Someone calls into homicide with just the tip detectives were hoping for.
Do you know what the argument was about? Do you know where the crap game was? People say it was him. 22. So he's the actual trigger man?
An anonymous caller gives the name for one of the possible shooters, Little Caleb.
All right, man. All right, thank you. Well, this is credible because no one knows this. This is an anonymous call.
The caller claims someone he knew gave Caleb the gun used in the shooting.
This guy gave him a gun, gave him a 22. No one would know that, okay? This was over an argument. It was supposed to have been over a crap game. I don't know who... Told you, just wait. Told you we'd get a phone call.
Sweet. Well, thank you, God.
Yeah.
Moore and Sergeant Breedlove look up their possible suspect, Little Caleb, in the database.
This is the guy that came through on our anonymous tip.
The alleged suspect has a long criminal history. Moore decides to work up a photo array containing Little Caleb to show Billy, the neighbor who witnessed the shooting.
Tell me if you like this or not.
That guy in the middle up top is what I'm worried about. He's got a black person's mullet.
A black person's mullet? What about that cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a better choice.
Yeah. I don't know if our only cooperating eyewitness is going to identify this guy, but I'm hoping that a photo array of the suspect will jolt his memory.
We should show that dude that photo array as soon as possible.
Detectives Moore and Lappin head out to get the photo array in front of their only witness, Billy. Cameras remain outside to protect the identity of those inside the house.
I wanted to show you this photo array. You take your time looking at this, okay?
It was usually this one or this one.
This one or this one?
Yeah, them look the best.
Look at them carefully.
I'm not sure I can make it.
But it's between this one and this one.
Yeah, okay.
Billy is unable to make a positive ID.
Sorry.
That's all right. Appreciate you trying. That's all you can do. Thanks. He picked 2 photographs, and he said it could be either this guy or that guy, and one of the guys was our suspect.
Without a solid ID, all detectives are left with is the name of a possible suspect from an anonymous source.
I'm somewhat happy. I mean, it's not a damn thing as far as putting the case together, but we know that we're in the right direction.
Makes us feel good, but it doesn't really matter.
Right.
First thing the next morning, detectives get a major break in the case. They receive word that a series of phone calls from county jail were made to someone who allegedly was at the scene when the 8 shots rang out.
Todd is looking for this phone call on the jailhouse phone call system.
You know, there might be part of an argument on the background. If he's on the phone, you don't know what we'll pick up, so. But here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Hello, this is a collect call from an inmate at Marion County Jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Coming up, the detectives listen to the chilling recordings.
We on our way now.
And hear something they have never heard before.
We gonna tear their ass up, nigga, you feel me?
Indianapolis homicide detectives Leisha Moore and Todd Lappin are working the murder case of a promising 21-year-old college student. They have a huge break in the case. A phone call between an inmate in county lockup and someone who may have been at the murder scene when shots were fired.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
What's up, bro? Man, Gary, go over and up, man. Who? Jarrell, you already in traffic? Yeah, they on our way now. We gonna tear their up, nigga, you feel me?
The caller, whose identity must be withheld, says that he, Little Caleb, and their posse are on the way to confront Jarrell.
It's crazy, man. We got a gun.
He says Little Caleb is armed. Then the call is disconnected. But moments later, there is another call.
Here's the next one. This will be aggressive.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
We over here now, bro. Yeah. Call me over the night day. Who's that, girl?
He's running now.
Caleb's telling him to hang the phone up. Yes.
Is this the murder like happened?
Yes. I mean, we've got major evidence here.
Okay, this is an hour later. See if he tells what happened. He might put everything out on the phone here.
Hello? You alright? Yeah, we cool, bro. When Jarrell took that time, Jarrell became the enemy too, dude.
The caller claims that Jarrell stood up for his friend Warren, an outsider, at a dice game, and as a result, incurred the wrath of the neighborhood.
See, this is good stuff.
So we showed up, man, I see it's for real. You know, it ain't gonna be no punches thrown or nothing right now.
The caller says that Jarrell thought it was just going to be a fist fight.
He's trying to knuckle game. Yeah.
Knuckle game, and they brought guns.
Yeah, this was a crucial demonstration.
A crucial demonstration. They were looking for him. They knew he was there. They found him there.
Yeah, juries are gonna be real sympathetic with all this laughing.
Oh yeah, they're laughing about the whole thing like it's a joke.
Ugly ass 22, but it ain't no small one.
The caller even reveals the gun little Caleb allegedly used.
He even said what he had.
What?
A 22.
And it's monkey in the middle, you feel me? Yeah.
You know what that means? That he's being shot from the front and the back.
Yeah, monkey in the middle?
Yeah.
The caller suggests there were 2 shooters, but no one mentions the second shooter's name.
I wish I had it on tape, man, because I want to see.
You do.
Possibly the world's dumbest criminals right here. They're sitting there talking about it. No one is a taped line.
That's going to be so sweet to play in court.
You the ignorant
Hey, not be confused.
Yeah, with them.
Yeah, with the most ignorant.
He successfully captured my murder on record. And he talks about it over and over again, about who was there, how they got there, the caliber of one of the guns, what it was all about. I mean, he just lays it all out.
With this incredible evidence, Moore has a stronger case against the suspect named on the tape, little Caleb.
It was a good day's work. It was a long day, but it's a good day's work. I'm happy.
After a productive day, Moore takes a moment to reflect on a personal milestone.
29 years ago this day, I was sworn in as a law enforcement officer for the city of Indianapolis. So, wow, I'm an old cookie.
Moore heads home for some well-deserved rest.
Yippee!
But she will have to be up at the crack of dawn to hunt down her suspect.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
At 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning, Detective Moore meets with Deputy Chief Benjamin and VCU to discuss the takedown of little Caleb.
I appreciate everybody coming in on a Sunday morning. While people are preparing for church, some grilling right now, basting ribs and chicken. We're sitting right here, trying to do what we do. Matt.
Apparently, our target here went over to Central. There was an altercation, and Jarrell was shot. And now we're ready to look for our target.
So anybody at the table, what's our plan?
Or we can hit up there and see if we find that Toyota. If it's not up there, it's probably sitting on Graceland.
Yeah.
The suspect is well known to VCU. They already have a description of the car he drives, a Toyota Camry.
We're gonna surveil first, try to find the Camry, and then close in. If we can nab and grab, let's do that. LT, just call me when you got him. I'll be expecting that around 11. All right.
It's a Sunday morning, but we're on our way to look for these guys.
VCU's Tim Day hits the streets looking for little Caleb, and if he gets lucky, his unknown accomplice.
They probably laying in, ready to get their rib tips and barbecue sauce all over everything. I'm pretty sure we're gonna ruin a few people's day today. I don't see the vehicle that we're looking for. So, hey, Steve, you gonna check Graceland, I'll check Illinois.
I just went to Graceland, I didn't see it. Okay, come towards South Court. Camry is here.
Okay.
Coming up, VCU finds the car.
Here we go.
But will they find little Caleb?
Police officers, come to the door!
In the senseless shooting of Jarrell Bullock, VCU's Tim Day has just gotten word that the suspect's vehicle has been located outside the apartment of Caleb's girlfriend.
Camry is here. Roger that.
Heading up north now. Just found the target's car up north. So we're gonna gear up, go knock on this door.
Here we go.
They looked out the front.
Police, go to the door! Police, come to the door! Police officers, come to the door! Contact. Come out to me! Hands first! Walk out first! Crawl out! Crawl out! Crawl out! Keep coming! Keep coming! Keep coming!
Down on the ground, all the way. Hands behind your back. Stand up.
Weapons on you or anything?
No. Hey, Mark, we've got what we came for.
Slide your feet in there. We gotta take a trip.
Alicia. Hey, what's going on? We got him. Yes, ma'am.
Little Caleb is taken downtown, where he will be questioned by Detectives Moore and Lappin.
Good job. Thank you, sir.
Good job.
That cricket was
He ain't trying to talk about nothing. Don't know nothing. Don't know.
Didn't even know he's dead, huh?
Nope.
It would be nice to get a confession from him. It would be even better if he were to identify the second shooter. You in interview mode?
Yeah.
I'm Detective Moore. This is Detective Lappin. Now, are you willing to answer questions at this time?
Yes.
Okay.
Moore asks the suspect how he knew Jarrell.
You guys grew up together?
Yes, ma'am. He's my cousin.
Detectives are shocked to learn that little Caleb may have killed his own cousin over a game of craps.
Why don't we start on Saturday? Tell me how your day went.
I woke up around 1, took a shower, chilled a little bit, went to Target, 5-something.
Okay.
That was pretty much my day. Target right behind my apartments. That was farthest I went.
So when did you find out what was going on?
My granny called me, and she said Jarrell was arguing with some dude sitting on the car. Boy got out the car and worked.
Okay. Did she say who the boy was?
No, she said, they don't know who the boy is.
I find that kind of hard to believe.
You may as well start telling the truth, because we already know.
Never went down on that.
Detective Moore would not have yanked you down here if we already didn't know. We just wouldn't spin the wheel and say, who we gonna pick on today? And I believe your granny called you, and I believe maybe she told you that. But you made one statement. I wasn't there. That's
Come on, man.
So
my own cousin? Nah.
There's 2 roads this is gonna take. But you keep on going down the road of denial. Wasn't there, don't know nothing, don't know who did it, don't know. And the other path is the truth. We're giving you a chance and an opportunity. Right now, you're a man overboard in the sea, and we're throwing you a life preserver. And you best be grabbing on, because otherwise you're gonna sink. You're gonna sink in the big ocean.
Can you call my granny?
Yeah.
Granny,
I'm down here with the police.
Ma'am, this is Detective Lappin and Detective Moore down here at the police department.
You know, we're basically telling him that he needs to just be a man about this and tell us the truth.
That's what I tried to tell him too.
Huh?
What you gonna do?
I'll do the best I can.
But we can't tell.
Cause it ain't like I'm be walking out of here.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
With nothing left to say, the call comes to an end.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
You're
thank
welcome.
you. Bye.
You know what your grandmother wants you to do.
Coming up, Caleb faces the biggest decision of his life. Will he come clean?
This is your own blood cousin, and you know what happened, and you ain't helping.
Detectives are a step away from solving the murder of college student Jarrell Bullock. They already have evidence implicating little Caleb as one of the alleged shooters. But what they need is the name of the alleged second shooter.
Was there a disagreement between you and Jarrell?
No. I ain't get into it with my cousin. I wasn't there.
Who was into it with Jarrell?
I don't know.
This is your own blood cousin, and you know what happened because you were there, and you ain't helping.
Can't believe I'm in this position.
It's a bitch, isn't it?
It was supposed to be just like a normal day. Didn't nobody see nothing like this coming.
Little Caleb finally admits that he was at the crime scene just before Jarrell got shot.
Who was there? How did it jump off?
Jarrell was arguing.
Who was he arguing with?
Little Caleb gives up someone named Damien as the one that started the argument with Jarrell.
He said something slick to Jarrell.
What did he say?
Jarrell started yelling. Fire ain't jumped off yet, so I go to the side of the house. I start peeing. When I turned my head, I just heard a shot.
Little Caleb names Damien as the shooter, but does not implicate himself.
All I wanted to know was that my cousin. I ran to the front and I watched cuz dropping the graves. Everybody ran with me. I'm the one stood there looking at my little cousin shaking. So I just ran and took out.
Yeah.
Little Caleb's statement gives Moore enough to go after the second suspect, Damien.
He gave it up?
Yeah.
What'd you have to say?
I did have to pull it out of him. He was elusive, but he said that he saw him pull out his gun, and he's the one that fired the shots.
Well, everything you said's true, with the exception that all of a sudden he sort of forgot he had a gun.
Wow.
Yes. We knocked another one down.
Yeah, you did.
Down from middle shift.
Good job, Ebony.
Thank you, Ivory. He identified the second shooter as Damien, and I'm going to have VCU go look for him, and hopefully they'll be able to find him and bring him in for an interview.
The next day, Damien is picked up by VCU. Moore and Lappin head in to interview the man they suspect is the second shooter. They are looking for a confession.
You know Jarrell?
Yeah,
You know what happened to Jarrell?
I heard.
You heard?
You did more than heard, so cut the Let's get this done.
Where were you on Saturday?
At the mall, Lafayette Square Mall.
Listen, your buddy was saying you killed Jarrell, okay? He says you're there. 4 other people say you're there. So, save your tell us what the
happened there. Up what happened, but I wasn't there.
Why did your buddy point the finger at you?
I don't know.
After someone accused you of doing some I thought you'd want to defend yourself a little bit.
Then suddenly, things take a turn for the worse.
Y'all don't want to listen to me and what I got to say or where I was at. Take me across the street. I'm through talking. Right now, please, I'm through answering questions. I don't got nothing else to say.
You get up?
No.
Nope.
Damien will be taken to central booking and charged with murder. Little Caleb is already in jail, also charged with the murder of Jarrell Bullock. Their fate will be determined by a jury of their peers.
Our hard work paid off this past week.
Several days later,
I've been invited to receive a reward.
Moore will be recognized by FILE, a local community organization, for her years of service.
Hi there.
So good to see you. How's everything going?
Busy, as usual.
We are truly excited tonight to recognize and honor citizens and police officers. We have the same common goal of making our community better.
I've always wanted to be a homicide detective. Always. When I was a patrol officer, I went up to certain detectives that I really, really admired, and I asked them if I could shadow them.
The first award presentation is for excellence in investigation, for your tireless commitment and dedication to bring offenders to justice. This award is presented to Detective Leisha Moore.
It's an honor to get an award like this from your peers. It really is. Thank you, Marta. This is beautiful. If they think that the work that I've done warrants this award, thank you, Kim. I'm really proud about that. Extremely proud. I'd just like to thank the members of FILE. I'm very proud to be a recipient of this award. You don't know how much it means to me. Thank you.